Levante David told me Murray is a rare breed. He's got a rocket arm, fast legs, low center of gravity. David said if he gets his hands on him, he better hold on and he better get him to the ground, Tom.
All right, Shannon, thank you very much.
And watch today, when he can scramble, he can get positive yards. He's very good with his feet.
Put it in the hands of Godwin immediately, and he is up across the 30, close to the 32-yard line.
And a tougher guy than he was last year. He's a different player than last year.
We're going to throw it on a second straight down, and Winston in trouble, and is sacked back at the 28-yard line by Rodney Gunter. It's the final year of Winston's rookie contract, and they certainly have decisions to make about him. Third down. And it's intercepted, and of course that's been the bugaboo for Jameis Winston his entire career.
Murphy Jr. has been a great pickup for Steve Keim. He gets beat initially off the line of scrimmage. He knows that he has safety over the top, and he has a better break on the ball than Godwin. That's just outstanding coverage, and the guy that Steve Keim really took advantage of getting that kid in the second round. He's been outstanding.
David Johnson and Kenyon Drake in the backfield. They brought in Drake prior to their game against San Francisco. He had a monster game. And on first down, they put it in the hands of the 11-time Pro Bowler Larry Fitzgerald. And now 173 tack on one more consecutive pass attempts without an interception. Going to throw it on second down, and the screen to Kenyon Drake. And he has it up for a first down at the 25-yard line.
I look for a big day out of David Johnson. Other guys start playing better, and it's amazing how much that motivates somebody else.
Here's Drake again, and that's enough for yet another first down.
A lot of it is communication and understanding where your help is. We'll keep an eye and see if they get confused back there.
First touch for Johnson, and he's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Loss of 4. First game and last 3 played by the Cardinals, where Johnson is active, battling through an ankle injury to the end zone, and Murray missed a wide open receiver. Third down and 14. Great protection. And Murray throws too high, and there's another missed opportunity. Wide open was Keyshawn Johnson. In October is Zane Gonzalez. This will be a 37-yard try, and he got it.
He gets better and better and has a great understanding of route running by the opponent in the National Football League.
I'm not sure what exactly was the game plan there in that kickoff, but it goes out of bounds, drawing a penalty flag, and the ball will be brought out to the 35-yard line.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
You want that thing trending upward slowly. That's been his bugaboo, is the turnovers.
Ball is spotted after the penalty at the 40-yard line. I mean, just take a look at the giveaways here. The next closest player in the league, Rivers, at 77. And a crossing pattern, catch is made. There is a penalty flag in the background. That's the first catch by Mike Evans.
Illegal hands. Hands to the face. Offense. Number 76. That's a 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Second down and 22. Good protection. And it is Jones out of the backfield.
Much better. Playing with a lot more confidence.
Third down and 15, and they dump it off to Jones again. He needs to get to the 50, and he will do so. A first down reception by the second year.
And a lot of teams use that play.
Well, they bring in the former starter, Peyton Barber, and a solid run inside the 45, down to the 43.
And big tackle playing tight end. Get something on the ground going.
Barber looking for running room, ran into his own man. Five-man rush. Winston in trouble, and down he goes for the second time today.
Holding. Defense. Number 21. It's a 5-yard penalty. An automatic. First down.
And we thought we would see Patrick Peterson line up against Mike Evans.
Well, he is right now on this play on first down after the penalty, and the ball's on the ground. Is that a pass, an incompleted pass, or a fumble?
You better find some help because he can't handle it.
It was ruled a fumble on the field, so they set up the screen once more to Jones, and another big play as he has another first down.
That's a luxury.
And they'll put it in Barber's hands, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Zach Kerr, and another penalty flag comes down.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 80 was covering another eligible receiver. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
That's 3 major penalties on this drive alone.
Helping the Cardinals doesn't do you any favors.
First down, they give it to Jones, and he slips through a small seam back inside the 30. Good protection this time, and leaping into the air to haul it in is Mike Evans.
And the help was missed by Reddick, and a great catch by Evans.
Well, he went high into the air to get that one, and now it's Godwin, and he's wrapped up around the ankle.
Wow.
11th play in this drive, they're going to run it, and finding the end zone is Ronald Jones, and the Buccaneers have taken the lead.
Well, this is just kudos to that offensive line, getting a hat on a hat. You see Cardinals defenders being stuck. Buda Baker comes low. And we talked about the weight gain, the strength gain, the response to the challenge from his head coach. That's all paying off for Ronald Jones right now.
Point after now by Matt Gay out of the hold of Bradley Pinion. And it is good. Twice 17 yards to pick up first downs, and then the rush into the end zone. So now back in the hands of the rookie Kyler Murray. Pretty amazing. And he's going to throw it. And Fitzgerald will catch it. That's a gain of 11. That he feels it's very good for this young team.
Here's the reason why I like the hurry up mode and why you go. The positives are, downside is if you go 3 and out, you're bringing a tired defense back on the field.
Drop it off to Kenyon Drake. And I'm not sure he got enough for a first down. Depends on the spot.
One thing you're playing this offense, you better catch the ball in the backfield, just like
Fitzgerald, a very busy man. He's been quite quiet of late with the Arizona Cardinals. And they'll hand it to Drake, and he is inside the 40. Got to go all the way back to Halloween in 2005 since the last time he did not catch a pass in a game.
He's an example for all young wide receivers to emulate.
And now a timeout called by Arizona.
But I enjoy more watching him practice because he practices with purpose.
All right, third down, and there is Fitzgerald, and he is lit up.
Well, this is just him finding a spot and looking and understanding recognition on the field. You see how he leaned forward at the last second to make sure he got the first down from that middle linebacker position.
They hand it to Johnson once again, looking for it. Daylight, and boy, early movement on the left side. I believe that was DJ Humphries. False start.
False start. Offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
The 3rd and 10 now becomes 3rd down and 15. They need to get to the 21-yard line, and another flag and another false start.
False start. Offense. Number 67. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Like this man.
3rd down and 20. And the catch is made by the tight end Charles Clay. 5 of 9 in his career from 50 and beyond. So he'll be 54 yards officially. And he drilled it. Goodness gracious.
That he has with his players and the ability to communicate his message back and forth.
Now the Raiders have played 2 home games in 5 days and won them both. Jameis slings it over the middle. That's a dangerous throw there.
They look alike as far as their stature and how strong they were in the pocket.
Jones off the right side, and he is met at the 30-yard line.
Ready! Back 20!
Third down, they pick up the blitz, and now Jameis rolling, and a little stutter step and able to get the first down. That's something, Chris Spielman, you talked about. We saw him do it at Florida State.
He's a good runner, and again, the protection with 2 hands on the ball as he gets out in space. Doing the avoidance of the defenders coming, you should be inside out instead of outside in. But the biggest thing, that Bruce Arians was surprised about was the athleticism of number 3, and did a good job of recognizing and getting down to protect himself.
Picked out both Suggs and Cassius Marsh. Play action, set up that little screen to Jones. It's been a highly effective play. Well, you see how many times he nearly dropped that ball, and the concentration to stay with it. Now they counter with Barber, and he loses a yard.
You're 10 weeks into the season. Get it together, everywhere and everybody.
Second down. After faking the pass, they give it to Barber, and he is still powerfully running inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. The 20 receptions out of the backfield. And they'll give it to him again. Why not? After a gain of 17, good solid run here for another 6. And they keep Barber in the backfield, and they'll try him again. And trying to rip that football out of there was Chandler Jones.
Personal foul. Defense, number 55, after the play. That penalty is half the distance from the goal. Automatic first down.
Ryan Jensen, the center, is trying to get him off his running back, and now on first down. Complete confusion there.
Been tired, been going off. Got to focus and concentrate.
And the catch is made inside the 15. The gain of 11 brings up a third down and 9, and that ball was batted at the line of scrimmage. It looked like Reddick got a 30-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold, and another good kick. In 1932, they moved from St. Louis to Arizona in '88. Rob Stone, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Brady Quinn and company. First down, what a play by Jordan Whitehead.
10-3. Top.
Oh, what a surprise that is, especially in New Orleans. And Murray just lets it fly well out of bounds to be a first-round pick in both MLB and the NFL drafts. And now he's in trouble, and down he goes in the arms of Shaquille Barrett.
You guys been amazing. Been an amazing story in the NFL.
I mean, he had a total of 14 sacks in 61 games with Denver. And now he has 11 and a half.
Like wide receivers and outside linebacker body, just for him to be able to change his pad level like he did. Small target. Well done.
Jones off the left side. Not much running room that time. Great protection. And now Winston, how about that? O.J. Howard does play for the Buccaneers. In fact, the Cardinals have given up more receptions, more receiving yards, and more touchdowns to opponents' tight ends this year than any team in the league. And lofted down the sideline. We saw Murray miss one earlier. That one right there was a miss.
If you go underneath and you miss it, he's off to the races. That's a miss by Jameis Winston. Another missed opportunity in this ball game. The Cardinals had one, Jameis has one.
Yep. Now, Pinion, his first year since leaving the 49ers, he is among the league's very best. And
I'd like to get him involved a little bit with Christian Kirk, right?
Well, he's become pretty much non-existent in this offense after coming back from injury, and naturally on cue they find Kirk.
Exactly.
And watch out for Andy Isabella up top. I know you had your eye on that young speedster. Across the middle of the field, and Kirk had gotten behind the defender. Yeah, Murray has not looked nearly as sharp, even though he's 10 of 14 in the game. He's had a couple of big misses. One that would have been a touchdown. And now across the middle and too tall.
And that was Barrett again coming inside, creating that pressure.
Andy Lee has been around forever, one of the game's all-time great punters. And the return by Logan is short in a 10-6 lead. And they'll play fake it on first down. Winston avoids trouble and throws low, incomplete. Or is it incomplete? Let's
Great experience, one I'll never forget.
Every kid out there who is thinking about a place to go to college, of course, it's so much more than going to college, but
even those guys can lose confidence once in a while.
Of course, he was suspended the first 6 games of this season. Crossing pattern, and the catch is made by Scotty Miller, the rookie out of Bowling Green. So now Pinion He dropped one inside the 10 of the 7. This one will not be quite as good. We'll see about the bounce. Still pretty good. We'll see where they spot it, right around the 10-yard line.
During the kick, holding, return team, number 81. That penalty is half the distance to goal from the end of the kick.
Wow.
First down.
So now they'll be inside the 5. Murray on the keeper, and this will give him a little breathing room. He faked it to Drake, and he'll run all the way up to the 35-yard line. He's rushed for over 300 yards this year.
His eyes are going right to there. Once he sees that defender disappear, the read for him is to pull the football. And you're going to go up tempo here after you get a first down, but I believe a running quarterback can survive in this league. He is a passer first and runner second, and I have reasons why. He showed it right there.
First down screen to Drake, and able to run him out of bounds.
Now you have those sneaky quarterbacks that will act like they're going to slide, then they tuck it up and go for 5 more yards. There's a strike. That
is a strike indeed to cross midfield.
They have to stay disciplined front to back, but it starts on Monday.
Well, they come back with Drake after faking the handoff, and that was read beautifully by the Buccaneers defensively.
Kyler Murray's used to seeing that, made the correct read, and got great yardage out of it.
Second down, and a long throw, and a good throw. Reception made by Christian Kirk.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday indeed. Boy, you're talking about a guy that has given and given and given to this game. And Murray is dropped. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they actually run a play here. I mean, if you're going to turn around and hand the ball to Winston at midfield, and timeout called by the Buccaneers, look very confused defensively. And fourth down, and it looks like the Cardinals are going to go for it. Boy, this is a gamble for sure by Kingsbury. And it was juggled and then caught, but did he come down in bounds? What a catch!
The previous play is under review.
Well, we're under 2 minutes, so it's under review. Are you kidding me?
Well, Shannon Spake talked to Larry Fitzgerald this week, and hopefully she can add to this. But he's such an athlete. He's such a gamer. In fact,
yeah, it did seem pretty clear. Fitzgerald gets control. He gets the knees down in bounds. It's a catch. It was a fourth down play, and the Cardinals were up on the ball pretty quick.
And they hand it off to Kenyon Drake and just know where to go.
Absolutely, Shannon. And
it's curious he would come out of the game here. But look at this. It is Christian Kirk into the end zone.
So he jumps to his outside, leaving a clear path for Christian Kirk. The problem is there's no help coming from the inside. What's the problem? Todd Bowles told us in the back end of their defense. Lack of communication and knowing where your help is. When you play a lot of young guys, those mistakes happen. Guess what? Week 10. Time for young guys is over. You can't have those mistakes or you'll pay. And Christian Kirk gets involved in the offense like we asked.
Point after is good. It's in. And they cash in with the touchdown to take a 13-10 lead. As we're down to the final minute of this opening half.
I wouldn't say that's an order.
Winston all day to throw it. And coming back to get it is Evans. And he's up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. And that is Godwin, and he was able to escape a tackle and get out of bounds. Winston delivers a strike to the tight end Howard.
Back problems didn't allow him to play.
Winston going for the long ball, and another missed throw by Winston. That's 2 of them in the game today. Out of the final 23 seconds of this opening half, and a crossing pattern. Ogunbowale out of the backfield, and he's run out of bounds at the 30.
Get rid of the football.
And the blitz coming by the Cardinals. It's picked up well. And that's a dangerous throw, but it's caught by Howard inside the 10.
Beats great coverage. This is good coverage by Reddick. But Jameis puts that ball away from his man-to-man guy on that back shoulder. A beautiful adjustment by O.J. Howard, who can be such a weapon for this team down the field.
7th play of this drive after Arizona scored the touchdown. And now Winston looking and turning around, left all alone is Howard for the touchdown.
Murphy hurts himself by his alignment because Howard's just going to run away from him, and that's too wide open. You're down on the goal line as the outside defender. Your width has to equal the width of the most offensive receiver on the outside. He was way far too inside, just too easy, and Jameis won't miss that open guy. Man, that's a mental error. You're right.
Well, these two teams can score some points now. I mean, the Buccaneers average 28 a game.
Know it.
Well, bringing it out is Pharaoh Cooper. Why not? With so few precious seconds left on the clock here in the opening half, and that will be the final play.
Holding during their turn. Return team number 16. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
Sure field.
Yeah. And that'll be the end of the opening half.
Untouched, and it's just an easy pitch and catch, and you're not with 5 yards within them. Mental errors will kill a coach and give him gray hair all at the same time.
Pharaoh Cooper to bring it out. Cardinals of football to begin the second half. And so this could be a fun second half of football. As we're going to start the second half pretty much the way we ended the first half, on a whole lot of penalties.
Number 67, 5-yard penalty.
That's the second time on the right.
He is.
First down, crossing pattern, and there's Isabella. And he's still on his feet, and this young man can bleed. He can really run. And Isabella down the sideline and out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Clear throwing lane.
That is a 51-yard gain, and now they put it in the hands. First carry with positive yardage in the return. Empty backfield, and batted down at the line of scrimmage on it. Third down. And a rush coming. He escapes Barrett. And now rolling, throws across the field, and 2 yards short of a first down is Larry Fitzgerald.
Fourth downs, he uses analytics.
Well, they gave him a favorable spot, it looked like. Far closer inside the 25. Fourth down, they play fake it, and wide open and dropping. The wide open pass is Max Williams. Oh, my goodness.
Great call by Kingsbury, a great ball by Kyler Murray.
Sure was. That was not only a first down written all over it, but a touchdown written all over it. First down for Ronald Jones, a hard-fought yard. We go to Carissa Thompson. I think he could be a running back. He could be a receiver. He could be a DB. He could be whatever he wants to be. He's that talented.
He's a darn good quarterback.
Yes, he is. Got to move the chains. A first down up to the 33-yard line. And they give it to Jones, and there's some extra yards for you.
Setting that block up and hitting that hole with some passion.
They're going back to him again.
This is your evaluation of me. I need to get better. He worked at it and got better.
And now Winston throws to Evans. He's inside the 40, the 35, all the way to the 29-yard line.
They're going to give him a round of applause, and they should.
Well, that's a great shot right there of Winston. And he's in trouble and sacked yet again. Pressure coming again. Winston tiptoes out of it and just throws it up for grabs, and he's lucky that wasn't intercepted. The last possession of the Cardinals. Quick throw, wide receiver screen, and back to the inside is Perriman, but he'll be very close to the first down. He has missed 3 times the entire year. And this one will sneak inside the right upright. But a missed opportunity. They gave the ball to the Buccaneers, who marched down the field for a 3-pointer. All right, a long way to go. 8:37 to play here in the third quarter. Murray slings it to the outside, and the catch is made once more by Isabella.
To control the defensive front and also get Kyler into his rhythm.
Got him!
Down the sideline, and it is Christian Kirk with another big one and his second touchdown of the afternoon.
He's late to his coverage, so he's out of position. His eyes are back, and by the time he gets organized, Christian Kirk is running down the sidelines. We called for Christian Kirk to get involved in the first half. He's been more than involved. And how about the dime dropped by number 1?
Error in coverage again. You're not lined up correctly. That's what happens.
Point after is good.
His eyes were back at the line of scrimmage. And you saw the effect of an up-tempo offense because there was confusion in the back end. They don't line up. Kyler Murray understands this offense and defense as good as anybody.
All right, here come the Buccaneers. On first down, Ronald Jones still on his feet.
The thing I like about him, he's improved against bump coverage. Now he loves playing against man-to-man bump coverage.
Reception made by Jones. He's their leading receiver in this one. Here went to the practice squad. They elevated him to the active roster last night. 3rd and short. And they go right after that same side. You got Evans down here at the bottom of your screen. And they're looking for him over the top. And a little too far. You can see that one coming before the snap of the football.
He's trying.
Second down, and they put it in the hands of Godwin, and he's across midfield to the 40. And Godwin dragged down from behind close to the 30-yard line.
Well, we saw that play right on that set up the field goal.
Offense, number 19. 10-yard penalty.
And that was Perriman.
The spot of the foul.
Well, the Buccaneers are moving backwards on this drive. Second down and 18. Patrick Peterson, by the way, back into the game. Down the middle of the field, and in traffic trying to bring it down was Howard. They're down at 18, and they're going to run it. All right, Pharaoh Cooper is standing back. Waiting on the punt. Cooper from the 18 and across the 20, and he is. Kenyon Drake in the backfield. That is only his 5th carry of the game. We brought up earlier McCaffrey a couple of times, Saquon Barkley, Kamara, Chris Carson, and now Murray going to dump it off. And the catch is made by Max Williams. He was the one who dropped that 4th down pass.
Now he's protecting the football. That's good to get him back involved in that game.
It's a 14-yard gain, and now Murray will dump it off to Drake out of the backfield, and that is an excellent play made in the open field. Second down and 10, and Murray fires to the far side. And after Carlton Davis was hurt in pregame warm-ups, he had a tough day. Now Murray on 3rd and forever and missed a wide open throw.
Laid out with 2 hands. That's just a young guy, and he'll learn to do that. But you're right, that was a miss.
Well, we've seen them both miss wide open throws today that could have resulted in huge plays. Jason Pierre-Paul has been an outstanding player for a long time. First down carry is to Peyton Barber. And at the very end of the half, the Howard touchdown. And here we have a field goal and a touchdown to make it a 20-20 game here in the 3rd.
Holding. Offense, number 80. The penalty's half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
All right, they're going to hand it off to Barber, and he's across the 10-yard line.
Way off the ball. Everybody's playing zone, drop to the sticks.
Winston throws into traffic, a tip ball, and it's intercepted. I believe that's Jordan Hicks who has the football, and it is.
Here's the route. You're going to come up and sit down at the sticks, and Budda Baker is going to get a great break on the ball. The discipline to keep that right arm off of it and knock it away, and Jordan Hicks with a tip drill. That's a force by Jameis Winston, and I got to be honest with you, it was such a good break by Budda Baker because Jameis' eyes stare down that receiver.
For Jameis Winston, that's 16 more than the next closest player. David, frustrating, I'm sure.
Well, especially into the 5th year, you haven't seen an improvement on the turnovers.
Johnson down to the 10-yard line. Did that ball get ripped away from Johnson? Or are they saying he's down?
Great job of Lavonte David coming in and ripping that ball out. That ball's loose.
That's a fumble.
That's Tampa Bay football.
Yep.
After review, it was a catch. However, the runner fumbled and it was recovered by the defense. It'll be first down Tampa Bay on the 11-yard line.
And on the flip side, in terms of turnovers, David Johnson, that's his. So Winston taken off the hook for that interception a moment ago. And all of a sudden, that's becoming a pretty aggressive defense.
Ready. Black 20.
Second down and 12. And Winston just staring down his receiver the entire time.
Another 3rd and 11.
Black 20.
Good protection, and now it begins to break down. Winston's going to run it, and Winston is going to pick up the first down. How about that? That's his second long run of this game.
He's going to hold the ball and look to throw it. Right here, he makes his mind up, takes that throwing lane, turn it into a running lane, and showing that he's a much better athlete than he gets credit for. Again, Bruce Arians said the most surprising thing about Jameis Winston is how good of an athlete he is. Right there, it's on display.
Tampa Bay with a first down after a 27-yard by Winston, and he had a receiver fall down. Godwin incomplete, including each of the last 2 games in Tennessee and Seattle. Play blown dead before it ever got started from multiple angles. This will be a false start.
False start. Snap infraction. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
He did.
Ready. Black 20.
Second down and 15. And across the middle, and the reception this time is Miller.
There you go.
2 receptions in the game, giving him a total of 5 on the year. All 3 of his prior catches came over in London. And able to stay on his feet and at least get back to the line of scrimmage. Native of Louisville, Kentucky. Played collegiately for the Wildcats in Lexington. Jones.
Good job.
What an outstanding play. Then you've thrown a hammer there.
Yeah.
3rd down and 8. Winston throws. Dangerous throw. How in the world did he get it to Godwin there? And he believes he can make every throw, and thinks that has something to do with the high interception rate year in and year out for Winston.
That's twice that the Cardinals showing blitz has caused some anxiety.
Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's see.
Black 20.
Ninth play of this drive, and Winston will be dropped all the way back to the 44-yard line.
With him.
Now Winston. 3rd down. Here comes a blitz. They pick it up, and now Winston looking downfield, going to run it again. And he'll be denied first down yardage to the. Good snap. Good hold, and he missed it wide left.
Offside. Defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
And that is the 8-time Pro Bowl. And instead of 46, we move it up 5 to 41. And they'll try it again. And this time he'll nail it naturally right after a penalty.
Warren Sapp caused a lot of disruption and helped those linebackers make a lot of plays. Great player. That is awesome.
All right, now Murray and the Cardinals on first down. Been a very quiet running day. Had 110 rushing yards, 52 more in the air. And now Murray will run it. And he's able to step out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And
whether to hand it or keep it.
Play fake it this time. Pressure. Murray able to escape it and just throws it away. Second down. And Murray being chased by Pierre-Paul. And there you say, this time he just threw it up and well out of bounds.
Getting zone again, Tom.
And here they come after Murray. Throws it down the sideline. Jump ball looking for Keyshawn Johnson.
Get two PBUs this game. Fake.
And a fake punt. And now they're going to throw it. And down the sideline, it is caught, and they execute. And there's a penalty flag that comes in.
Pass interference. Defense. That penalty's declined. The result of the play. is a first down.
To pass block and not go downfield like you're covering a punt, then the adjustment on the football by Pharaoh Cooper to come back and make the catch. And that's trust in your team. That's trust in your practice plan.
And it was an incompletion. So the first completed pass in his 17-year career, and now looking for Fitzgerald.
And with that type of contact, you're not going to overturn that.
All right, on first down, they put it in the hands of Fitzgerald.
That was DPI, and plus they're out of challenges moving forward.
That's right. All right, second down for Murray. Slings it across the middle. It's tipped into the hands of Kirk.
Well, he's got the matchup. He's one-on-one with White, and this is such a good throw, but the catch and the concentration by Kirk was outstanding. Now, this ball's a little bit low.
Trying to send it to a 4-point lead, and it is good. And Chris Spielman, I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to go back home. And over the last 3 years, we're against the bottom feeders in the Big 12 or Division I AA teams. They would play out of conference.
I can't miss, but I love the fact that he relies on other people and he doesn't act like he's a know-it-all. And the other thing I want to say too real quick is about
Jameis fires a dart.
Black 20.
Buccaneers have had so many heartbreakers like this one this year, and Winston bounces out of trouble and wisely throws it away. But
I mean, that's that you live and die with that. That's what you do.
Second down and 10. And Jones got a couple of good blocks and dropped the ball. And a scramble for the football. And we wait and see. It looked like Buda Baker had a beat on it. And it is Arizona football.
First of all, they're going to blitz. So Jones, who bobbled a couple early on, is trying to tuck it away and just loses it. And you see the panic in his eyes. Look.
In the last 10 minutes of this fourth quarter, but still 6:38 to go. And Murray being chased. Avoids trouble. Gets it away. Incomplete. How about that? Second down and 10 for the Cardinals, and Kenyon Drake breaks it to the outside, and down the sideline the former Dolphin goes. Drake nowhere to run this time. Second down and 10 for the Cardinals of the Tampa Bay 40. They fake it to Drake. Down the middle, Fitzgerald took a hit, hangs on to the football at the 15-yard line. Well, that's where you realize how big and strong he is.
Yeah.
6'3", 220 pounds. I mean, he took a serious shot right there. And second down and 10. And lofted into the air. A sloppy throw by Murray.
Well, the other problem he has is his receiver that's going to come all the way across falls down, and he does not have a chance to compete for the football. Watch him right there. He falls down, so he has no chance. And the kid that got picked on all week last week has made 3 huge plays for Todd Bowles' defense for the Buccaneers.
You're right about feeling good for that young man, because boy, he took a beating all week. All right, Winston on first down, and the catch is made into the open field. It's Godwin. And he is caught inside the 45, down to the 42. Winston, good protection. Throws incomplete with an eye on Evans, and that's a penalty. Yep.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 35. Ball is placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
And hand it off to Peyton Barber. And he's able to break a couple of tackles. And Buda Baker able to trip him up, but not before another first down. The interception thrown by Murray. The big completion to Godwin. And now all of a sudden inside the 15, it's the Buccaneers. And Winston to the end zone. And batted away. Second down and 10. Winston had the receiver get tangled up back there, and no penalty flag anywhere.
After review, there's defensive pass interference on the play in the end zone. The ball is placed first and goal at the 1-yard line.
And you throw the ball. Well, I got to tell you, Well, Vea goes back to the tight end position, and they're going to run it. And trying to dive over the top is Barber, and he will not get there. All right, they put Vea again at the tight end position. And they're going to run it again. And finding the pay dirt is Peyton Barber. Over.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful jump cut right here by Peyton Barber. Suggs again in there, but you see Peyton Barber avoid the contact and is able to get out the outstretched arms of Suggs. Banjo gets stuck inside. He has contained. All your help's back inside. He gets stuck inside, and Barber free to the end zone on the outside.
Big, important extra point here to make it a 3-point game, and it is good. Dated by a pair of pass interference calls. And through the back of the end zone, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback out of Oklahoma. And they hand it off, surprise, surprise, on first down. Tell you, that did not fool Jason Pierre-Paul. Murray steps into the throw, in and out of the hands of Christian Kirk. And now 3rd down and 10. And Murray dumps it off to Drake. And that did not fool a very impressive rookie again. 2 out of 3 on 4th down of the game. We're down to 35 seconds, and they still haven't snapped.
He's looking to the sidelines for the call.
Murray throws for Kirk. It's incomplete. A penalty flag is thrown for defensive pass interference.
Defense, number 28. Ball in place at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
26 seconds left. And Murray running around. And now he'll take off. Still on his feet, dropped to the 43. Earned a lot of time on that play.
Yeah. Offense, number 52. The 10-yard penalty replay. First down.
Murray being chased by Vea. Backpedaling. Throws, and it's batted down. It'll call a timeout. And we'll see. Murray forced out of the pocket. And just throws it up in the air on the final play of the game. No penalty flag, and that is that.